My name is Lisa, and I live with my parents and my younger sister Anna, making us a family of 4. Because it was convenient for commuting to work, I continued living at home even after getting a job. Recently, it was officially decided that I would marry my boyfriend, Noah. Today, we are visiting my aunt, who is my father's sister, to formally announce our engagement. Auntie, this is my fiancé, Noah.
Hello. I'm Noah. Nice to meet you.
Auntie.
Oh, come on. Both of you, stop trying to read my mood and stand up straight. Are you sure you two are ready for marriage like this? You two are going to be husband and wife.
This is my aunt, Saki. She is a successful entrepreneur who built a thriving fruit business from the ground up. With exceptional business acumen, she holds the most power among our relatives. Since childhood, she has always been strict with me, making her a bit intimidating in my eyes. One evening, our extended family gathered at her house for a dinner party.
Auntie, I wiped the table.
Oh, thank you, Anna.
Geez, sis, you are too slow. Dinner isn't ready yet.
What? Oh, it's almost done.
Don't just stand there. Keep your hands moving and mix it properly.
As usual, my aunt was still tough on me but wasn't as strict with Anna. I wondered what made her treat Anna differently. While I was setting the table with the dishes, I pondered this.
Lisa, I heard you got scolded by your aunt again.
You're an adult now, so please try not to cause trouble.
Sis, you're really hopeless, aren't you? In contrast, I got praised.
Anna is always considerate.
Yes, Anna is so efficient. That's why Sachi praises her?
Right. My parents have always doted on Anna, who is cheerful and charming. I never really paid attention to their conversations, so it never bothered me. A few weeks later, after finishing work and returning home.
Hey, look at this. Isn't this brand's outfit gorgeous?
It looks perfect on you, Anna. Oh, and check out my new bag. It's fabulous, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. But don't you think my outfit is cooler?
Well, both are so amazing, I can't choose.
Look at my new golf set. It's got limited edition golf clubs and a high-quality leather caddy bag.
Wow, you look like some wealthy CEO.
Right. I'm in the best mood today.
Hey, everyone, what's with all these shopping bags? The house was filled with shopping bags, and my parents and Anna were proudly showing off their purchases. I tried to talk to them, but they were too excited, so I decided to leave them be and went to my room. As I put down my things and was about to change into different clothes. Wait, no way! The money in the safe is gone! How could this happen?
Oh, that money. We took it for you.
Anna. Took it for me? How did you even open the safe when it was locked?
Oh, well, there was a note with the safe combination, and the key was right there too.
Wait a minute, Anna. You went through my closet, didn't you?
It's not like we rummaged through it, you know? While I was cleaning the back of your closet, I just happened to find it. Such a coincidence, right?
That's exactly what a rummaging means. What about the money? Where did you put it?
We took it as a token of appreciation, a gift for us.
A gift, but I kept the note and key in separate places. How did you?
Oh, come on, trying all those combinations is such a hassle, right? So I just used some tools to open it quickly. Sis, you can't call that safekeeping.
No way. Did you spend all the money in the safe?
Of course. Money is meant to be spent, so we made good use of it.
But you did well to save up 5 million yen. Were you planning on using it for your wedding?
Looks like you won't be able to have your wedding now, sis. Too bad.
You can't be serious.
You see, Lisa, this happened because you didn't manage it properly.
That's right. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself for being careless, not us.
With that, Anna and my parents laughed at me mockingly. Seeing them, I decided to reveal something to them. Let me confirm one more time, did you really spend all the money in the safe?
Yes. What's the point of leaving it, right?
Money is meant to be spent when you need it.
Lisa's money is our money, so there's no problem, right?
That money wasn't mine, nor was it for my wedding.
What are you talking about? It was in your safe, wasn't it?
You were secretly saving it up, weren't you?
No, that 5 million yen was the down payment for the new house my cousin is buying. I was asked to keep it safe until they could take it.
Ha. You mean that money was Auntie's, not yours?
Yes. Oh dear, you three are really in trouble now for using it like that.
Don't joke around. That money belongs to Sachi.
This is Lisa's fault for making it look like it was her money.
There's no way that excuse will work. You just assumed it was my money. Just so you know, this is outright theft.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Well, you were the one who was asked to keep the money safe, right? So, it's your fault for not securing it properly.
True, it's partly my fault for not being cautious living with people like you. But Auntie will understand if I explain everything properly.
Oh, really? And what exactly are you going to tell Sachi?
Without any proof, she won't believe anything Lisa says.
That's why I recorded our entire conversation earlier.
When I told them that the 5 million yen was the money I was keeping for my aunt, Aina, and my parents were shocked. However, with their nerve, they tried to put the blame on me. They looked triumphant, thinking there was no proof.
There's plenty of proof.
You're Lisa's fiancé?
What are you doing here?
We had a date tonight, so I came to pick her up. But she wasn't coming out of the house, and she wasn't responding to my messages, so I came in. I did say excuse me, though.
Don't mess with me. Hand over that recording. I'll delete it all.
It won't make any difference if you delete it. You probably didn't notice, but this room has surveillance cameras.
Surveillance cameras. Where?
Pet cameras. They're not noticeable at first glance. So not only do we have the audio, but we also have video evidence. There's no use making excuses.
How could you keep such a thing in your room?
Why would you have a pet camera? Do you suspect your own family?
It's not about suspicion. You took my money without permission before.
That's when I suggested she should install a pet camera. Surprisingly, no one noticed it. But I didn't expect you'd do the same thing again.
Excuse me. I've been calling out but no one answered. What's going on here?
Sister.
I'm coming in. Lisa, I'm here to collect the money. Please hand it over.
Oh, it seems like someone stole that money.
What? What happened?
We have no idea. But this is all because Lisa didn't store it properly.
Sorry for having such an incompetent dad.
But don't worry. We'll make sure to compensate you as a family. Ha ho ho.
That's enough. If you think Auntie will believe your lies, you're greatly mistaken. The moment I said that, my aunt's expression changed.
You're hiding something, aren't you?
We're not hiding anything.
Explain what's going on.
Well, it's because Lisa didn't store the 5 million yen properly.
Mom said she was cleaning and rummaging through my room with you too. That's when you found the note and the key hidden in the back of my closet.
But they couldn't figure out the note. So they used tools to open the safe.
What? Is that true?
Nobody said that.
I recorded the conversation with Lisa, and we also have video from the camera set up in her room.
There are cameras?
Yes, look at this. The recordings are saved on my laptop.
What is this? You all are just plain thieves.
This isn't the first time. They took Lisa's money without permission before, as you can see from this footage.
What? You did this before.
Lisa set us up? We didn't know it was your money, Auntie.
That's right, sis. If we'd known it was your money.
That's not the point. The issue is that you took the money from Lisa's room without permission.
Eek.
Sachi, please calm down.
How can I stay calm in this situation? I'm speechless. You all did such a stupid thing. I've had enough. I'm cutting ties with you. I won't help you no matter what happens.
No way. You always doted on me.
Ugh, I was indifferent to you, just gave up on you.
Gave up on me? That's so cruel.
In reality, my aunt never had any expectations for Aina. What seemed like pampering was actually just her indifference. My parents and Aina herself misunderstood my aunt's attitude as affection. However, the reality was different.
Honestly, all this time, Anna has been taking credit for what Lisa did, making it seem like it was her own work. She just steals other people's achievements and can't do anything on her own. What can you expect from someone who only tries to please others?
Sachi, I thought you were hard on Lisa to compensate for how much you doted on Anna.
That's ridiculous. Any strictness towards Lisa was actually kindness. She had high expectations for Lisa, so she was tough on her.
Really? I always thought you disliked me.
Lisa, you're a responsible and earnest person who sees things through to the end.
Auntie.
Compared to that, what about you lot? Always making excuses and being lazy. I know you haven't been working seriously.
That's not true. We appreciate everything you've done, sis.
Then why don't you follow Lisa's example and work diligently? And don't think you'll get any special treatment just because we're family.
Wait, Auntie. We walk every day.
Sitting in a chair all day doesn't count as working. It's a waste of time to try and teach you from scratch now. So you're all fired.
What? Fired? If you do that, our whole family will be unemployed.
Please, sis, that's too harsh, even as a joke.
I don't have time to joke around.
Sachi, if we're fired, our family will be out on the streets.
That's none of my concern. And from now on, all the house and belongings are confiscated. Lisa will inherit everything in the future.
Aina and my parents had truly angered my aunt. Being fired, having the house taken away, and hearing that I would be the heir.
This is just a little misunderstanding. If you fire us, Auntie, it might cause you trouble later, right?
Why would I be troubled?
You'll be short-staffed, and family is more flexible than outsiders.
That's right, Sachi. Besides, we thought Lisa gave us that 5 million yen.
I would never give it to you.
Sis, give us some time, and we'll return the money properly.
Yeah, if the three of us pull our money together, we can pay it back quickly.
Don't think you can fool me. Those lies won't work.
No, really.
You plan to make Lisa pay, don't you? It's obvious.
We wouldn't do that, right, dear?
Of course not. You're reading too much into it.
Is that so? Then you won't mind if I transfer this 5 million yen debt to a loan shark?
Ha. A loan shark? What do you mean?
It means people from a debt collection agency will come instead of Auntie.
So from now on, you'll be paying that 5 million yen back to them, not Auntie.
It's no longer a family matter. You better brace yourselves.
It was unlikely that the 5 million yen would ever be returned by these three. My aunt realized this from the beginning and decided to transfer the debt. Now, Aina and my parents had no way to escape repaying the large sum of 5 million yen.
Please, sis, give us more time. We will pay it back eventually, so don't transfer it to a collection agency.
If you intend to pay it back, it doesn't matter who you repay it to.
We do intend to pay it back, but we can't do it immediately. Please give us more time.
Stop whining. You're not getting away with this.
It's impressive how you managed to spend such a large amount in just a few hours.
We'll sell what we bought and return the money. Please forgive us, Auntie.
Will that amount to the full 5 million yen?
We'll cover any shortfall with our salaries.
We'll have it appraised, and for any difference.
How many times do I have to tell you? You can't fool me.
Sis, please tell Auntie to wait for the repayment. Please.
I agree with Auntie.
Even if you sell everything you bought, it probably won't fetch half the original price.
Really?
The designs are too unique, which will likely lower the appraisal value.
Please, sis, we'll pay it back no matter how long it takes.
Leave it to the collection agency.
We promise we'll pay back the full amount eventually.
It's because that eventually isn't trustworthy that she's transferring the debt.
Sis, I'm sorry for going through your room and everything.
You should be apologizing to Auntie. This is karma. Pay back the full amount properly. Aina and my parents were disowned by my aunt, losing both their home and jobs. In a rush to find a place to live, they rented a shabby apartment nearby. However, they had taken advantage of their family status with my aunt and had done many underhanded things. These actions were exposed by a neighbor who worked at my aunt's company, making them the talk of the town in a bad way. The rumors, exaggerated and distorted, caused them to be ostracized. Unable to bear the situation, Aina and my parents fled somewhere. Rumor has it that the three of them now live under a bridge, leading a miserable life outdoors. As for me,
Please approve my marriage to Lisa.
I've already approved your marriage.
Really? But is it true that you wouldn't give away Lisa so easily?
I never denied it in the first place, did I?
Auntie, will you come to our wedding if we invite you?
If you don't invite me, I'll be angry. My dear niece is getting married. There's nothing that makes me happier. Congratulations, Lisa.
Thank you, Auntie.
And you, Noah. If you ever make Lisa cry, I won't forgive you.
Yes. I'll make her the happiest woman in the world.
You're a good, honest man. How about the two of you take over my company someday?
From the moment I introduced Noah, my aunt had already taken a liking to him. The strict aunt smiled gently and kindly acknowledged our marriage. Seeing that smile, I realized that despite her strictness, her smile was always kind. Remembering this, my aunt's words started sounding like a promise to me. Taking over my aunt's company was unexpected, but with Noah by my side, I felt confident. I vowed to do my best to preserve what my aunt had built and cherished, ensuring her legacy would continue into my generation.
My name is Misaki, and I live with my husband, Naifu, while balancing work and home responsibilities as a part-time housewife. I work at my parents' bakery, and right now, I'm super busy juggling housework, my job, and some special preparations. You see, Naifu and I just got married recently, and our wedding ceremony is set for 3 months from now. The best part is that my parents are planning to make our wedding cake.
Misaki, do you have any preferences for the cake? How about a flower cake with frilly flowers to match your dress? Or maybe a Milky Way cake that mimics a starry night sky? Oh, how about a grand cake inspired by a 5-story pagoda?
Mom, calm down. And stop preparing test cakes while you're talking. We haven't decided anything yet. You've already cracked about 10 eggs. Hey, Dad, could you please help me stop her?
How about a baby cake with you two holding a baby?
We don't even have a baby, let alone one on the way. These overly enthusiastic, yet sometimes a bit scattered, people are my parents. They were so excited to be in charge of my wedding cake. Seeing how eager they were made me happy, and I wanted to support them as much as I could, so I put even more effort into my work. Then one day, after a wedding planning meeting, we went to a cafe, and Naifu suddenly struck up a conversation with a woman I didn't know.
Could it be Keiki? Wow, it's been a while. How have you been? You're still wearing those fluffy, voluminous clothes like a cake, huh?
Naifu, long time no see. And you're still rocking that sharp, spiky hairstyle like a knife, I see. I remember you used to poke Daiki with that hair. Good times.
Misaki, this is my childhood friend, Keiki. She's also Daiki-senpai's wife.
Nice to meet you. I never thought there was someone else who's been a victim of Naifu's hairstyle besides me.
Nice to meet you. You're even plainer than I imagined. How did you two end up getting married?
Come on, it's fine. So, you're not with Daiki-senpai right now?
The guy with the avant-garde, knife-like hairstyle is Naifu, and the woman dressed in sweet, cake-like outfits is Keiki. Keiki is married to Daiki, a senior from college whom Naifu really admired. Although Keiki is very beautiful, she casually dissed me the first time we met, which made me really uncomfortable. So, after we got home, I decided to ask Naifu more about her. What's Keiki like? I was really shocked when she dissed me the first time we met.
Oh yeah, she often gets misunderstood. She's got a sharp tongue, but deep down, she's a good person. Try to understand her, Misaki. I know you can do it.
Are you planning to invite her to our wedding? If so, I'd really prefer if you didn't, please.
But she's my childhood friend. Alright, I get it, Misaki. I won't invite her.
It seemed like Naifu was pretty close with Keiki, but I asked him not to invite her to the wedding. Though he agreed reluctantly, it eased my worries just a bit. After that, our days became busy with wedding preparations.
I'm so sleepy.
Another night out drinking? Can you please help with the wedding preparations? It's a lot of work.
Yeah, thanks for all the work you've been doing today. I'm going to sleep now.
Naifu started coming home in the early morning more often, claiming he was at company drinking parties. No matter how many times I asked him to stop, he wouldn't listen, and he even went out on his days off, which made me suspicious. Despite these feelings, the day of the wedding arrived, and the ceremony went off without a hitch. I felt a bit relieved as we transitioned to the reception, but then I noticed Keiki, who wasn't supposed to be there.
Wow, that wedding cake is huge. It's even taller than my hair. I'm impressed.
Misaki's parents made it, isn't it amazing? But your hair is pretty impressive too. It's like a 3-layered ice cream cone, and those feathers sticking out like a phoenix. It's like we've time-traveled to early modern Europe.
Exactly. I'm a huge fan of Marie Antoinette. This hairstyle is my tribute to her, and of course the dress too.
And that tiny waist. It looks like I could crush it with both hands. How do you even do that?
I had a custom corset made, of course, and a petticoat to make the skirt puff out like a balloon. It's so tight I can eat anything more. I'm so stuffed.
Unbelievable.
It's a miracle, right? Whoa.
Could you please keep it down a little? And why are you even here?
Oh, look, there's a long knife next to the cake. Hey, Naifu, come over here and grab this knife.
Wait, what? What are you planning to do?
I was thinking about cutting Naifu's hair with it, but I guess it wouldn't be right to mess up the groom's hair with all that cream, would it?
Come on, that's a bit too much, don't you think?
Oh, relax. Come on, just grab the knife. I've always wanted to do this. Let's cut the cake.
Looks like we're the ones getting married now. Yeah, cake cutting time.
Whoa, It's a miracle.
Unbelievable. Everyone, take pictures. Just kidding.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Did you really just cut the cake?
Haha, don't you think I look more like the bride?
Yeah, you're cuter, have a better figure, and are more glamorous than Misaki. Plus, since you're having a wedding with Daiki-senpai, it's great you got some practice.
I'm so glad I came to Naifu's wedding. I never thought I'd get to practice cutting the cake.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't just cut the cake without permission.
What's the big deal? It's just a practice cut before the real thing. As long as we don't slice it up, it's fine to cut it as many times as we want, right?
Exactly. Getting all worked up over this, you really are a small-minded woman.
Yeah, Misaki doesn't have the same cool confidence you do, so give her a break.
Oh well, I suppose I can forgive her. After all, I'm broad-minded in both heart and skirt.
Naifu and Keiki had the nerve to cut into the cake my parents had poured their hearts into making for us. I was stunned, overwhelmed with anger and sadness at how thoughtless they were. Then, a man grabbed the microphone.
Attention, everyone, the wedding is canceled.
What do you mean, canceled? Wait, Daiki-senpai.
What? Why are you here? I thought you were on a business trip overseas.
Misaki contacted me, so I came back in a hurry. Is there a problem with that?
Of course there is. What do you mean the wedding is canceled? This is our wedding. You can't just decide that.
Actually, there's no problem at all. I was thinking of canceling it too.
What? Misaki, what are you talking about? We just finished the ceremony. We can't stop now.
What's unbelievable is your behavior. That cake was something my parents made with love for us, and you just cut into it without permission. It's unforgivable.
Misaki is absolutely right. Who in their right mind would take over someone else's wedding cake and cut it? Especially a cake filled with the love of your in-laws. I'm ashamed to even call you my brother-in-law.
Oh, come on, there's no need to get so angry. It was just a little practice. How embarrassing would it be if this modern-day Marie Antoinette messed up cutting the cake?
Don't compare yourself to Antoinette. It's disrespectful to her.
You can pretend to be Antoinette all you want, but let's not forget, she met a tragic end because of the people's anger.
Exactly. In that sense, you're just like her. You're about to face a tragic ending because you've made us all angry.
Stop using Antoinette's name to mock me. I'm the only one who has the right to that name.
You're both overreacting. This is obviously just a joke, right? We didn't mean any harm. Maybe the joke was just too sophisticated for everyone here.
Sophisticated? More like nonsensical. There are some things you just don't do. This was way out of line.
Well said, Misaki. If you don't even understand right from wrong, you have no business trying to make jokes. Apologize and get out of here.
Unbelievable. You're all so uptight. We didn't destroy the cake or anything. Look, it's just a tiny cut barely noticeable. We could cut the cake 100 times and it wouldn't matter.
Exactly. Daiki, you're being so petty. A serious, boring guy like you is going to drive me away.
Enough! This cake was made with love for my daughter.
Even as a joke, having an unrelated person cut it is unacceptable.
Dad, Mom, I'm so sorry. You worked so hard on this cake.
Don't apologize, Misaki. You did nothing wrong. Don't look so sad.
That's right. The blame lies entirely with this woman who wasn't even invited, and this man who didn't stop her.
Even you two, I get that you want to defend your daughter, but this is too much. Look, it's just a small cut. The cake is still perfectly fine.
Who do you think you are? I don't remember having a son.
And I've never had, nor will I ever have, a child as clueless as you.
What? You can just say that. We just exchanged vows, and I've been accepted into the family.
Even if the gods themselves recognize you as family, we won't.
Yes, though we might recognize you in hell.
Daiki, Keiki's husband, and my parents all criticized Naifu and Keiki, but the two of them didn't seem to care at all.
That's a joke, right? Hana, I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Do you really think this is a joke? Let me repeat myself. We made this cake for Misaki.
It wasn't meant to be a practice dummy for a low-rent Marie Antoinette wannabe.
Low rent? What do you mean by that? Seriously, you're all way too uptight. Why are you getting so worked up? You're acting so childish for your age.
Childish? Fine by me. You can't be a parent without being fully invested. Bring on the immaturity. You can't raise a child without giving it your all every single time.
Well said, dear. That's the man I fell in love with.
Oh, did you fall in love with me all over again?
Okay, that's enough, you two. Keep the lovey-dovey stuff for later, there are people watching.
Oops, my bad.
I almost lost myself there.
You two are quite the entertaining couple.
I'm sorry, this must be embarrassing.
No, I think it's great. I really like this kind of thing.
I'm glad to hear that, Daiki-san. Naifu has told me about you.
I've heard about you too, Misaki-san. Despite everything that's happened, if you'd like, maybe sometime.
Wait, why is there romance flying around everywhere?
Isn't today supposed to be the day Misaki and I are united in love?
And who ruined that? You too, of course.
That's right, and since the cake was ruined, Keiki-san, I'll be billing you 300,000 yen for it.
What? No way. 300,000 yen for a cake? That's outrageous. That's a total RIP off.
What are you talking about? Wedding cakes are massive and require a lot of ingredients. And more than that, it's a custom design. Do you know how much time and effort went into it?
That's right, it was a one-of-a-kind cake and you ruined it. You'll have to take responsibility.
You're serious. Daiki, help me out here. You're my beloved husband, aren't you?
The love was left behind long ago. That's why this is the end. I'm divorcing you.
What? Divorcing over a cake? That's ridiculous. What are you thinking?
What's ridiculous is that you can dismiss everything that's happened as just a cake. That's beyond thoughtless. It's more than enough reason for divorce. But that's not all.
What do you mean? Stop trying to make me the bad guy. I haven't done anything wrong. If you keep saying such absurd things, I'll sue you for defamation.
Do you still have the nerve to say that after seeing this photo?
What is this? Why are Naifu and Keiki at a hotel together?
And their arms are wrapped around each other. They look awfully close.
What are you doing, Daiki-senpai? This is blatant defamation.
Yeah. How dare you show a fake photo like that in front of everyone?
Still denying it? Well, I've got video proof too. There's no talking your way out of this.
What do you have to say for yourself, Naifu?
Misaki, this is all part of Daiki-senpai's plan. He's jealous of my sharp, knife-like hair and used Keiki to set me up.
Who in the right mind would be jealous of that ridiculous shark fin hairstyle? Stop trying to blame this on me.
With Daiki presenting evidence of Naifu and Keiki's affair, the situation quickly took a dramatic turn.
Naifu, what is the meaning of this? You just pledged eternal love to Misaki, didn't you?
This really makes me think it's time to consider sending you straight to hell. Maybe I should whip up that special juice again.
Wait, you mean the legendary juice that only appears during the height of your marital spats?
Please, no. Anything but that. It's far too destructive.
Now I'm curious. What kind of juice is this?
You know, we should give it to them. After all, Daiki and I are both getting divorced anyway.
Misaki, could you stop making such serious announcements so casually? It was just a moment of weakness. Keiki and I had a thing in the past, and I got nostalgic.
Don't give me that. Whether it was a moment of weakness or with an X, it's still a betrayal. This is absolutely unacceptable. You're going to pay me alimony, cover the wedding costs, and pay for the honeymoon, all of it.
You've got to be kidding. Do you have any idea how much that would cost? The wedding alone was 3 million yen. If you add it all up, it's an insane amount. There's no way I can pay that.
That's your problem. You'll pay it, even if you have to borrow money. You're the one who betrayed me.
And I'll be asking for 3 million yen in alimony too.
That's impossible. Do you know how much today's hairstyling cost me? And the corset and petticoat? It's ridiculous. That alimony is way too high. I can't pay that.
Maybe you should have thought of that before spending all my hard-earned money while I was away on business trips. You'll pay me back for all of it.
Naifu, please. I'm broke. Help me out here.
There's no way I can help you. Didn't you just hear what I said?
What's with that attitude? Don't you dare. It's your fault we're in this mess. If you're a man, take responsibility.
What? Stop pretending to be the helpless woman when it suits you. I've spent a fortune on you. How about you start paying me back?
Enough. The reception will be downgraded to a simple dinner. You two need to leave now.
Wait, Misaki, I was wrong. I apologize with all my heart and with my shark hair.
I don't need that. Take this.
It broke. My other half broke.
Daiki, I love you. Please take all of me.
Don't cling to me. Actually, with all that hair and skirt, I can't even get close to you.
Egg. If only I could use my feminine charm, you'd be all mine.
I'm completely over it. Goodbye.
I'll be sending you a formal bill later, so be ready for it.
This is going to be the most fun I've ever had writing an invoice.
No. I should never have messed with someone else's wedding cake.
I should have said no to the cake cutting with my childhood friend.
And so, both Naifu and I, as well as Daiki and Keiki, ended up divorcing. The drama during our wedding quickly became the talk of Naifu's workplace, and he couldn't stand the judgmental looks from everyone. Unable to bear the shame, he impulsively quit his job. However, when I filed for alimony and the other wedding-related expenses, he instantly regretted resigning. Both Naifu and Keiki tried to rely on their families, but after hearing the whole story from Daiki and my parents, their relatives refused to help. The two of them became infamous in their hometown, with people everywhere pointing fingers and calling them the cake divorce couple. Now, they live together in a small apartment, working part-time jobs and struggling to pay off their debts. As for me,
Hello. I'm here to buy a short cake today.
Daiki-san, welcome. Thank you for coming in all the time.
Oh my, since you're here, Misaki, why don't you take a break and relax with him?
What? No, but I have work to do.
It's a slow time right now, so don't worry about it. Besides, we've been making sure you have some downtime.
Huh? Dad, did you say something?
Oh, don't worry about it, just go.
What's going on? But Daiki-san, you seem to buy shortcake a lot.
They're all delicious, but for some reason, shortcake feels special to me.
What a coincidence, it's the same for me. It's like the shortcake is calling to me.
Maybe you'll have a child who loves shortcake in the future. Just kidding.
Mom, don't say weird things while carrying tea.
A child who loves shortcake. A girl, maybe. Not a bad thought.
Huh? Daiki-san? Did you just say something?
No. I wasn't trying to skip ahead or anything. I mean, what am I saying?
Daiki quickly became one of our regular customers. Strangely enough, whenever he comes in, my parents always suggest that I take a break. Daiki seems to be quietly pleased by this, and honestly, I don't mind it either. I can't think about the future just yet, but being around Daiki brings me a sense of peace. Maybe, when things settle down, it wouldn't be so bad to open my heart to a new romance. That's what I find myself thinking.
My name is Lisa. I work at a local company while also managing the household. I live with my husband, Noah, our daughter, Madison, and Noah's parents in their family home. On this particular day,
That smell. It must be almost lunchtime.
Oh, Madison, did you finish studying early?
With a smell this good, it's impossible to focus on exam prep.
I'm cooking now, so just hang in there a little longer.
Oh, Lisa's the one cooking today. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh my, are you saying you're not excited when I cook?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
But Dad, you're always praising Lisa's cooking to the skies.
Yeah, it's totally different from when Grandma cooks.
You too. Stop saying unnecessary things.
So your reaction means you really don't care for my cooking, her?
No, that's not true. Your cooking is the best in the world.
That's right. I'm sure you're just being polite when you compliment my cooking.
Oh, so that's why you were praising it so much. That's harsh, Dad.
Grandpa, if you make Mom sad, I won't forgive you.
Wait a minute. How did it end up like this?
Currently, Madison is preparing intensively for the entrance exam to a highly competitive university. One day, Noah's younger sister, Bernicia, arrived at the family home. It seems she recently went through a divorce, and custody of her child was given to her ex-husband.
How did things end up like this?
Bernicia, please don't be so down.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Hey, would it be okay if I stayed here with you? I feel so lonely by myself.
No, I can't let you impose on Lisa.
We'll help you out a bit financially, so find a place to live on your own.
What? Don't you feel sorry for me? It's awful that you're both pushing me away like this.
Bernicia, I'm okay with you living here. Bernicia didn't tell us why she got divorced, but I wanted to cheer her up, so I agreed to let her stay. Soon after, she moved in with us, but whether it was due to the stress of the divorce or something else, Bernicia began eating much more than usual. Bernicia, you don't have to force yourself to eat so much, you know?
Seriously though, you're eating way too much. At this rate, there won't be enough for the rest of us. Could you think about us and eat a little less?
But Lisa's cooking is just so delicious. Oh, and can you make fried rice tomorrow? I feel like I could eat an endless amount of it.
Not only was Bernicia eating excessively, but she also started consuming the food we had set aside and the snacks, causing our grocery expenses to nearly double. As her behavior became increasingly demanding, she even began inviting friends over, creating a noisy environment. This started to affect Madison, who had her entrance exams just a few days away, so we decided to.
Enough is enough. All you do is eat without contributing anything.
That's not true. I'm taking care of things just fine.
Don't lie. You haven't been job hunting or looking for a place to live, you just keep eating.
Madison has her exams in a few days. Please stop making noise in the house.
What's with everyone ganging up on me? Don't you think you're being a bit too harsh?
Since you came, we've been constantly thrown off balance. You've had plenty of time to heal. You need to move out by the end of next month. If you can't do that, then you'll have to pay Lisa 200,000 yens in rent.
Whether it was due to my father-in-law's words or not, Bernicia became quiet until Madison's exams were over. A few days later, Madison successfully passed the entrance exam for her chosen school. We decided to celebrate with a special dinner and prepared to cook a high-quality steak, but then... Wait, where's the steak? I know I put it here. Don't tell me.
Oh, you are back. Hurry up and make dinner, I'm starving.
Bernicia, about the steak that was in here.
Oh, that. It was absolutely delicious. The fat just melted in my mouth, it was pure bliss. You finally got something really nice for once. Thanks a lot.
Wait! There were 6 portions, right? You ate all of it.
Well, I could have eaten it all by myself, but since there was so much, I invited some friends over, and we had a barbecue in the yard. By the way, I didn't feel like cleaning up, so could you take care of that for me?
That steak was meant to celebrate Madison's acceptance into college. We were planning to enjoy it together at dinner. What are we supposed to do now?
How was I supposed to know that? It's not my fault. So what, if she hadn't passed, you wouldn't have eaten it? That's such a waste. I'm glad I ate it instead.
What? How can you say something like that?
Oh, come on, whether she passed or not doesn't matter to me. I've been quiet for a few days, so that steak was my reward. Just buy more or go out to eat. I'm still hungry, so make sure to get plenty.
As I stood there in shock, unable to process Bernicia's shameless attitude.
Ick. With an attitude like that, no wonder even your own son doesn't want to be around you. Honestly, you totally deserve the divorce.
What? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
Actually, I've been in contact with your son. He told me you used to eat huge amounts of food and then go begging for side dishes at friends' houses.
What? You did that too.
That boy is spilling all the unnecessary details.
It's not unnecessary. Because of that, he lost his friends.
Well, of course. No one would like a friend who comes begging for food all the time.
His father decided to divorce you because you wouldn't change, even after being told countless times. Now, he seems to be having a great time in a place where no one knows you.
I see. That must have been tough for him too.
So, you knew everything. Madison, is that why you've been so cold to me?
That's part of it, but anyone would be annoyed by loud noise when they're stressed from studying.
Hey, I overheard everything. So that's why you got divorced.
You caused that much trouble for others.
Oh no, Dad, Mom.
When Bernicia's shocking reason for her divorce was revealed, her parents confronted her.
Well, since everything's out in the open now, there's nothing more to say. Madison was right, no one could keep up with my appetite.
What kind of excuse is that? Your appetite is the problem here.
That's not true. It's not my fault everything tastes so good. Besides, I went to the doctor and they said I'm perfectly healthy.
Even if that's the case, it's still wrong to go to other people's houses begging for food.
There's nothing wrong with it. I get to eat things I can't make myself, so why not? And the food is much tastier and easier than what I cook.
When you first came here after the divorce, you seemed so depressed. What was that all about?
I was genuinely upset. My ex said he liked people who eat a lot, so I made sure to eat a lot. I feel completely deceived.
You went through the pain of a divorce, yet you haven't reflected on anything at all. Do you realize how much trouble you've caused Madison, who's been trying to study for her exams?
She passed, didn't she? So there's no problem at all.
Madison, I'm truly sorry you had to put up with this while studying.
We're so sorry. We never imagined it would come to this.
No, Grandpa, you and Grandma don't need to apologize. It's not your fault. It's all Aunt Bernicia's fault.
What? What a rude child. What's wrong with what I did? Eating is essential for living. Just because I'm better at it than others, don't be jealous.
Jealous? No one is jealous of that. You just can't control your own greed.
The only thing you excel at is pampering yourself.
You must realize by now that you're completely controlled by your desires, right?
Shut up. I eat because I want to, not because I'm controlled. And you know what? The more I eat, the more money the people producing the food make. So it's actually a good thing. Don't make it sound like I'm doing something wrong.
As Bernicia stubbornly refused to acknowledge any fault, I found myself internally exasperated.
Aunt Bernicia, you are so self-centered that no one is willing to stand by you.
Who do you think you are, talking like that? What could a child like you possibly understand?
It's the opposite. This is something even a child can understand. The fact that you still can't admit it after all this just shows how deep your issues run. The friends you shared that steak with today will probably cut ties with you eventually.
Why are you saying such cruel things to me?
Because you are the one being cruel by only thinking about yourself.
Fuck. Why is everyone turning against me? We're family. Isn't it natural to forgive each other?
Then you should also forgive us for hating you.
That's not the same thing at all. Besides, all meat is the same. If you're going to complain, just go eat at a nice restaurant right now.
I like the steak my mom cooks. That's why I requested it.
And I'm telling you, it's all the same. In fact, food made by professionals is obviously better.
Like you claim to love eating, but you have no appreciation for the effort behind cooking. Someone like you could never understand how frustrating this is.
Appreciation. You just want an excuse to criticize me.
That's enough. Why are you causing so much trouble for Lisa and the others?
Do you hold some kind of grudge against Lisa and her family?
Of course I do. She has everything, her husband, her child, everything. And now her daughter is even succeeding with her exams. It's just too unfair. They deserve a little hardship. It's only fair.
Bernicia finally revealed the reason behind her stubborn attitude, but it was nothing more than a baseless grudge. As we were left speechless by her irrational thinking, suddenly,
Even if you don't get divine punishment, you'll still face the consequences. We can't keep you in this house any longer. You need to leave.
Yes, that's for the best. You've shown no sign of remorse despite everything that's been said.
Maybe living on your own will help you appreciate the value of cooking a little more.
Wait a minute. I haven't found a place to live or a job yet. Kicking me out now is way too sudden, don't you think?
You're just planning to keep freeloading here, aren't you? But that's not happening. I spoke to our older sister about this.
What? You talked to our sister. What did you do?
She helped find you a job and a place to live. You're lucky to have such a great brother and sister. Starting tomorrow, you'll be working and living at an inn deep in the mountains. It's remote, but it's popular with guests, so you'll have plenty of work to do.
What? That's definitely a terrible job. I can't possibly walk there. No way.
Our sister left a message for you. Work like your life depends on it. So, like it or not, you'll be at that and working by this time tomorrow.
No way. She's really angry.
You've been lazy for far too long. You're no longer in a position to be picky about jobs. Besides, the deadline we set for you to leave is almost here, so the timing couldn't be better.
Take this opportunity to get that lazy body and spoiled attitude of yours straightened out.
No way. Do you have any idea how much I've invested in this body? Lisa, please. If this keeps up, I'm going to waste away.
you'll be healthier, earn money, and have a place to live. It sounds like a great deal to me.
That's only if I wanted it. Being forced into it is pure torture. I'll apologize for everything. Please, convince them to let me stay.
Well, if you're not going to leave, can you pay the 200,000 yen rent my father-in-law mentioned every month?
What? Are you mocking me? I told you I don't have a job. How could I possibly pay that? And honestly, aren't you embarrassed to demand such an amount from family?
Just when Bernicia seemed to finally humble herself and ask for help, it was clear she still put herself first. So, I decided. Enough is enough. Aren't you embarrassed by your behavior? Even if we're family, hogging all the food and snacks is just too much.
I can't help it. My body needs that many calories to function. Everyone has their own body type and dietary needs just accepted as part of my personality.
But there are limits. If you need that many calories, why don't you just drink oil?
I can't do something so unhealthy.
If you're concerned about your health, then rethink your eating habits. You're just making excuses so you can eat whatever you want. And on top of that, you've treated Madison so poorly. I can't be kind to someone like that anymore.
Wait, no. Forget what I just said. I didn't mean it. I was just caught up in the moment.
Caught up in the moment? Just like you've been caught up in eating everything in sight. There's no taking it back. Even if you somehow came up with the 200,000 yens, I'd still say no. We can't take care of you anymore, so from now on, someone else will have to.
This is happening because you didn't take the chance to reflect when you should have. They say even a saint's patience has its limits. What will happen if you mess up again?
Wait, please don't send me to that inn. I'll gradually improve my behavior, I promise.
This is the moment when you should be saying you'll leave immediately.
It seems like you really do need some tough love to set you straight.
Especially since it's through our sister's connections. You can count on that.
It's going to be really strict, isn't it? Well, take care and stay healthy over there.
Instead of complaining, you should start preparing for your new life tomorrow. See you later, bye-bye.
What? How did it come to this?
And so, the next day, Bernicia was taken away by our older sister-in-law, who had come to pick her up. The place she was brought to was deep in the mountains, surrounded by nature as far as the eye could see. Bernicia found herself working at a large, solitary house in the middle of nowhere, and it turned out to be a living hell. She was woken up early each morning to do chores like cleaning, laundry, and helping with cooking. When those tasks were done, she was put to work tending the garden and running errands. Thanks to the things our sister-in-law had heard from us, every place where food was stored, like the refrigerator, was locked up, making it impossible for Bernicia to sneak any extra food. The meals provided were far from satisfying, and she was even tasked with guiding guests to the mountaintop nearby. Thus, Bernicia spent her days constantly hungry, enduring grueling work with no relief in sight. Meanwhile, as for our family,
Finally, I get to eat that premium steak.
As expected of A5 grade beef, the smell alone is enough to make me want to eat it with just rice.
Hey, Dad, want to try some? It already tastes amazing just from the smell.
Noah, what are you doing?
Sorry, he's been making noise about it nonstop over here.
Dad, if you fill up on rice, you won't have room for the steak, right?
No, I'm definitely eating it. With a smell this good, not eating it is out of the question.
But Noah, you're about to finish a whole bowl of rice.
Busted? Totally busted.
He was looking forward to it so much. What a shame.
Madison, you can have Noah's portion of the steak.
Yay. Thanks, Dad.
What? I told you I'm eating it.
After all that happened, we finally sat down to enjoy that premium steak. The meat had a beautiful marbling, with fine streaks of fat evenly distributed through the tender red flesh. Just by looking at it, you could tell it was going to be delicious. As we started grilling it, the savory aroma filled the air, making it tempting enough to eat with just rice. Noah, feeling the same way, got a bit too excited and kept making a fuss next to me, so I served him a bowl of rice to calm him down. But he ended up finishing the whole bowl before we even started eating. By the time we began our meal, he was already looking full. I figured Madison might end up with Noah's extra steak, and with that thought, we all settled in to enjoy a truly delightful meal together. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.